To open up, I want to tell y'all something and for y'all to take a second to let it sink in. Today in the world, more people are dying from obesity than starvation. I will be informing y'all on the harmful effects of sugar and how it's been forced into our daily diets. And in our society today, obesity and health issues it brings is a major problem, and at the root of that problem is the food we've been eating and its hidden toxin called sugar. First, we will go through the past 30 years with sugar, and then how sugar is actually a poison to us. And finally, who ultimately the intake of sugar is up to. In the past 30 years, sugar has been a major additive in our foods, and the effects are evident. Every day we see how obese people function, and the problem is that's just not a good thing to see. Since 1980, the obesity rate in adults has doubled. And even worse than that, childhood obesity has more than doubled and even quadrupled in adolescence. And shockingly today, over 2/3 of Americans are overweight or obese. So what caused this? Well, we saw the increase developing in the early 80s and late 70s. And back in 1977, politics and lobbyists took control of the U.S. dietary goals by forcing them to preach buy leaner foods with less fat. And in the next coming years, this began a craze of fat-free and reduced fat in all our foods, which made food bland, made it taste like cardboard. And so to bring the flavor back, they substituted sugar. And since we had always preached burn more calories than you take in, weight became more evident because of all the new sugars in our daily diet. And as the famous Dr. Robert Luswig put, it is sugar that is the poison. The amount of sugar in our daily diets today is out of control and is causing major health concerns. It is suggested by the American Heart Association that we should take in about 6 to 9 tablespoons of sugar a day. We average 41. So why do we love sugar so much? That's the real question. Well, tests have been done in studying brain activity, and they compared sugar to cocaine with the activity in the brain. And sugar showed up being 8 times more addictive than cocaine. And that's why we crave such large amounts of sugar at once. And when we eat large meals with such a large amount of sugar intake in it, and with little fiber, it goes straight through the liver and is made into these little fat deposits that we have. Examples are like sodas, even diet sodas, and with juice with no pulp, because the pulp has fiber. The sugar is causing obesity and strain on the body's health all over the world. Scientists say we shouldn't allow over 10% of our daily diet's calories come from added sugar. But most adults allow around 25% or more to come from it. Besides for allowing obesity to set in easier, it can cause for far greater health concerns. It can cause coronary heart disease, strokes, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol levels, sleep apnea, and even some types of cancer. And the real concern is it's happening at a younger and younger age every generation. And we don't have sufficient medicine to tend to people with lifelong diseases like this. So how can we stop the furthering of itself? As Michelle Simon put, which is the president of Eat Drink Politics, the food industry is at the heart of the problem. The food corporations have dialed us and children into buying their products through some very smart marketing techniques. The best evidence, though, is shown in children. They know that bright colors and product height placement is a major factor when kids are buying groceries. That's why they use bright colors when they sell it to us, and they keep it down low to the ground. They also have used specialized targeting by promoting their products with superheroes and cartoon characters to appeal to kids. These techniques divert our attention away from the actual nutritional values, and then when they later on they promote the exercise of their products rather than choosing a less sugary alternative. The only way we could stop this is with government involvement, which has been started with Michelle Obama in the Go Out and Go Play, but won't make any significant changes anytime soon. The government should make a major effort to limiting the advertising of food corporations, but until then, it is on us. We must fight and make a valiant effort to beat our sugar addictions and limit ourselves to a 10% daily intake or none at all of added sugar. So sugar has been continuously added to our daily diet for the past 30 years now. And today, the poison known as sugar is causing more health concerns and diseases than ever. And when you walk into a grocery store, typically 80% of the items in there have added sugar. So it's time for some government involvement in our food companies and some self-motivation from ourselves for the battle, for the betterment of ourselves. And I'm not trying to persuade you to completely cut out sugar, but I'm asking you to be more informed on what you're eating. Check the food labels, and if you can avoid the added sugar, then do it. Your body will thank you later.